Star Trek Strange New Worlds, the Lauren Ime? I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry. I'm so bad with Star Trek names, I swear. I love being a Trekkie, and I love watching Star Trek, reading comics, watching movies, right? Watching the shows, seeing all the shows multiple times, right? But it's just like these names, I can't do them. I feel like I'm really good at pronouncing the Star Wars ones, but then there's times where I just can't. Like Star Trek, I just can't. Anyways, this is a new comic trade paperback. I actually read this within a whole day. And I'm really surprised about that. And that's how you really know I'm engaged with comics. Because I'll be honest, even though I review a lot of these comics, it takes me a couple days sometimes. Because I'm just not always the most engaged I could be with this stuff. So it's just like, when you see me reading like that, you're like, oh, this guy's really engaged in it. Sorry, my bad. There was some... Strange New Worlds is one of the newer Star Trek shows, and it's a really good show. It's considered by many to be the best Star Trek show currently running. A lot of these haters and detractors have recently come around to Star Trek because of shows like Strange New Worlds, and it's just really good. Anyways, this art in this book is really good. I don't want to spoil anything, but you got some cool art here. Looks really fantastic stuff. I love a lot of the art in this book. But what I most enjoyed about this show, or not this show, this book, is like the Picard comic that came out recently. Was it Picard Stargazer or something like that? I forget what it's called. It does encapsulate the tone of the show within the book, right? But this is different, where it's just a really good episode of the show in book form. Like, it literally just feels like you're watching an episode of the show. And because it's about Pike. One of his crewmates is in trouble. And by the end of the book, the story's not resolved, clearly to be either resolved in future storylines in the actual show or in the comics. I'm not really sure where they're going with that. But, after losing a member of his crew, he goes on a dangerous mission. He, rebels against the system a little bit. Because at the end of the day, his crew comes first. And it's just a really engaging story like that. There's also a lot of great writing and character moments with Spock and all these guys. And then learning more about this species that really in Star Trek we still don't know a lot about. And they're expanding upon that. And that's really interesting. So it led to this book being a very, very, very good read. And if you love Star Trek, you gotta check this book out. I thought it was fantastic. Let me know your thoughts, like, share, and subscribe.